I'm Amanda and I am a Skills Bootcamp lead for whole training and adult education. And this is my colleague Alex Ashwell. We are a bit of a hidden gem in Hull and the surrounding area. We are actually one of the largest training providers and we do things from apprenticeships to adult learning, community learning. But today we're here to talk about a new initiative which we've been working on for around 4 years, which is the Skills Bootcamps. Alex, do you want to tell us a little bit what you know about the Skills Bootcamp?
Yeah, of course. It's part of the National Skills Fund and it's also part of the Levelling Up agenda. The Skills Bootcamps are very key to the area in terms of upskilling for the likes of engineers, fibre engineers. Later on today we'll be talking to Connexin and Ideal, which the Skills Bootcamps they've been particularly heavily involved in for the last 3 waves.
Hello and welcome, and with me today to discuss some of the important topics regarding Skills Bootcamp. First is Andrew.
Hi
Want
there.
to introduce yourself?
Yeah, Andrew Johnson from Ideal Heating. Hello everyone.
And then we've got Heidi.
Hi, my name's Heidi Greaves and I work with Connexin Academy.
My name's Alex Ashwell and I'm the Senior Lead for Business Development. I predominantly work on Skills Bootcamps.
So what we're going to do, we've got a few questions to go through where we'll then casually discuss and go a bit of a round robin table. So the first thing is, what really initially attracts both of your businesses to Skills Bootcamp?
I think we first got involved because we'd been working on the Kickstart programme and we found that to be a real valuable tool to bring new people into the business. I think it was just after COVID and the government were looking at supporting young people back into work. I think it was under 25, wasn't it, Alex?
Initially, yes, with the Kickstart, and then Skills Bootcamps evolved after that.
And then from that, we thought actually that was a really good tool. So Connexin Academy was created to help the main business, Connexin, which is a group of companies, IoT, Internet of Things. Obviously, we've got the broadband and fibre, and we've got health. I'm sure we've got other things that I'm not involved with, so I don't know them all. I must practice knowing them all. But the academy was generated really to increase skills within the company and also bring new skills and talent to the business. And Skills Bootcamp really allowed us to, I think we only had 2 bootcamps then, which was IT user and fibre engineers, advanced fibre engineers.
Yeah.
So the advanced fibre engineers were doing a 2-week intensive course followed by on-the-job learning with the experienced fibre engineers. So I think, I wouldn't like to guess, but it must be dozens now we've actually brought in.
Yeah.
And that's been really positive because we saw people come in from all types of sectors, not done any fibre engineering at all.
Oh, they're brand new to the fibre engineering.
And right across the age group as well, you know, from 18 or 19, because it's you have to be 19.
Well, I was going to...
19 to whatever, I think 58-year-old we had and taken on. So
I think you needed to take on quite a lot of people in quite a short period of time as well, so it was a really good way to train.
But we've continued that training because over the last year or so, it's seen the academy really grow because we've gone from this little 3 people working in the department. We've just had an acquisition of a ROTAP-approved training business. So now we've opened up to apprenticeships. So those people who came through bootcamp will now be enrolling onto their telecom apprenticeship programs. So upskilling them even further still. And because we're growing all the time, some of those people who have really demonstrated, you know, the passion and increased their knowledge further have gone on to be team leaders. So they can grow and grow and grow in an emerging business like Connexin.
I think those benefits as well, it also, you've got qualified engineers that can also flip and be qualified fibre engineers as well. So I think that's really supported the growth within Connexin.
Absolutely.
Also. Yeah.
There's a number of people currently working towards their Assessors Award. So they can naturally, as part of their performance management required for the staff they employ, they're undertaking the training to actually formalise that into assessing knowledge, behaviours and skills. So, which actually any manager would do. So actually working towards an apprenticeship, you're being assessed as you would be assessing any other member of your team.
And not everybody wants to follow the apprenticeship route, do they? You have got 19 plus that have already gone through those qualifications to be sector skilled, but then not everybody wants to go on to do an apprenticeship.
With the boot camp, it's only been 16 weeks. It just plugs that skills gap your company needed to move forward, whereas an apprenticeship is sort of a lot longer, whereas the skills boot camp is a bit shorter.
It is, yeah.
I'm guessing it's quite shortage of that skill, is it, in the telecoms industry?
Oh, yeah,
fibre?
because it's new.
Yeah.
Well, when you say it's new, the technology of fibre and the theory, because we go right back to the 1800s.
Yeah,
on the fibre,
optical
fibre.
Yeah.
You know, his name escapes me. Some French guy. he actually created this telecom system, which were big concrete brick beacons almost, and they had optical light going, so they could get a message across in 15 minutes across about 400 miles.
Oh, wow.
So through actual, bit like Morse code, I suppose, but lighted.
I think I've seen a documentary on Sky at some point about it. Yeah. It's coming back to me now, yeah.
So they learn a little bit about that to see that actually fibre optic has been around a long time, but it's been, I mean, how does a piece of light go through a tiny, tiny piece of glass right across the country in seconds? It just baffles me. Yeah. So they learn a little bit about that, obviously the knowledge side, but then the theory, they're actually making connections. Because obviously at some point there has to be a break in that glass. So we call it fibre to the home. Because the Skills Bootcamps, they actually learn about the civil side as well.
All right, okay.
So imagine making an opening like this to put ducting all the way around the city, and from Hull to Beverley to, and we're going out and we're out, Lincolnshire, and eventually we will be hopefully across the country.
So with Connexin's growth, that has had a significant impact then, recruiting
Skills
via
Bootcamps.
the Skills Bootcamp.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've seen some real talent come through. One particular lad, Brandon, he was only 19, but he's got like a 40-year-old head on his shoulders. And I think he started with us, I don't know, maybe 18 grand. And he's a team leader now at £32,000. And it's just because he's demonstrated those skills. And we say that to them on the Skills Bootcamps. It's not always about skills, behaviour and knowledge. It's about how you apply yourself. And he has got an old head on his shoulders. And he just went like that as soon as he went into the department. And he will go on to bigger and better things, because the thing with Connexin as well, you don't stand still. You know, you can do extra training, go on to different courses. They do invest heavily on commercial training as well. So, but it all started with the academy, with Kickstart and Skills Bootcamps, and now it's apprenticeships, and now commercial. So it will just grow and grow. And hopefully those programmes that the government offer through yourselves will support us in doing that.
It's excellent for the city as whole as well. Andrew, with Ideal, how's that had an impact?
Yeah, so we've traditionally made gas boilers to heat homes for like over 100 years now, and obviously a bit like fibre optics, over 100 years it's advanced and got more complicated, but it's roughly stayed the same, where we burn gas and get a bit of heat out of it for your radiators. And obviously we're trying to decarbonise the UK at the moment. Home heating is a massive part of that. I think it's about 13% of all emissions is within the UK, it comes from home heating. So as a business, we're massively transferring from producing gas boilers to eventually going over to other heating technologies such as heat pumps and heat interface units that don't burn gas, that are more electrically driven. So the Skills Bootcamps has helped us do two things really. One is our own staff. We still have a big cross-skilling agenda to do. So all of our sales team that have, again, traditionally sold and advised on gas boilers, we've had to put those through a training program, a skills boot camp to get them upskilled into different system design, different technologies with heat pumps. And that's helped us in the initial stage to do, I think, around 35 to 40 of our sales staff roughly. So we put them through the program. But more so our customers. So our end customer is, generally speaking, a heating engineer. So again, they will have been installing and working on gas boilers for probably since the day they came out of the apprenticeship right up until whatever level they are now at their career. And whilst they've got progressively more complicated, that's come at like a very piecemeal phase. So they've learned as boilers have got more complex. Heat pump is a completely different technology. It's more akin to an air conditioning unit. So it's more based around sort of refrigeration engineer technology as opposed to gas engineer technology. So the heating industry as a general has got a shortage of gas heating engineers. And then if you overlay that, there's not enough heating engineers to be cross-skilled into heat pump technology. Across the industry, we've got a real skills gap. So we started looking at, as Ideal Heating, how do we help our installers transition from what they've traditionally done to install and learn the new technology. And we'd, to be honest, played around with that at the edges a little bit 2 to 3 years ago, and in sort of bringing small numbers through in training. And what the Skills Bootcamp allowed us to do was kind of sit down in paper and think, how can we do this more at scale and more planned? So we designed 2 programs that meet slightly different means. Glad to say those programs kind of got approved as hitting the requirements. And now we've done those, I think we're well into starting our second phase now of learners. And what it mostly allows for us is the ends heating engineers helps them come in and get that upskill or cross skill, whichever way you want to look at it, and helps them diversify from being a traditional gas heating engineer across to being an electric heat pump engineer. The vast amount of our customers or heating engineers are sole traders or run small family businesses. So to take the time out to learn is one thing, because they're generally losing earning whilst they're not working. So to be able to offer them the financial backing from the boot camps to pay for the training is a big win for them. And to be honest, it's a big win for us as a business, because otherwise we was having to supplement that cost or stand the cost as a business. So being able to diversify that investment elsewhere to our like production technology or our research and development facilities is just helping us really shift a 100-year-old traditional business in Hull across to something that's going to look very different in 10 years' time.
And you actually broke down the course to 2 separate weeks with a gap in the middle as well to help with them with the working.
We did, and again, it's back to, well, not just sole traders, but businesses in general. We run a 2-week programme of roughly between, I think 70, 82 hours roughly it is between the 2 programmes. So we generally bring them in for week 1, class that as like module 1 if you like. We then leave them anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks to have a break that helps them plan the work, helps them plan time out of work. But we also find it's been really useful as well that they can consolidate the learning in that gap. So when they come back, they generally come back with a list of questions or a list of reflections. And I think if we'd have tried to cram that all into 2 weeks back to back, they don't get that reflection time. And also it's helped us, as I say, just give them a bit of flexibility around the lives and the work, etc.
Sorry, Amanda, I was just going to ask a question because I'm really interested. So can somebody not have any experience in gas engineering and install heat pumps now?
No, they need to have heating industry experience. So generally our kind of learner profile would be a plumbing and heating engineer practicing, or a practicing gas or oil engineer. So where their market will eventually begin to dry up in terms of there won't be as many gas boilers or oil boilers sold, they will have to diversify to heat pumps as an example. So our training programme is just helping them learn that well in advance. You spoke about money and potential to earn. At the moment, there's a real skills gap with heat pump engineers, so that the earning profile is generally very high compared to a gas engineer. It's not necessarily what everybody comes to us for, but it does open up their earning potential to potentially move businesses, helps their businesses earn more money by offering a more diverse set of installation options, or if they're self-employed, they can obviously offer that themselves.
Because we've seen some people start doing air conditioning units.
Yeah.
Your course also, some people have then gone on to then do air conditioning units and upskill that way, haven't they?
Yeah, one of the courses that we offer, it gives them like it's an F-gas qualification, which is like a regulated substance that they've got to be qualified in to handle. So whilst we've steered it towards heat pumps, of which you need that qualification for some of that work, some of them off their own back have decided to like fit smaller domestic type air conditioning units in conservatories or kitchens, etc. So again, it's just given them another angle where they've been a gas boiler business and now becoming a heating cooling business. So as our industry massively diversifies over the next 10, 15 years over what technologies, it's one of the boxes ticked, if you like, to help them move with that transition.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll leave it there today now. Thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate it.
Enjoyed it, thank you.
No worries, thank you.
Hold up, now do what you